There can never be any better and simpler strategy than what I'm about to show to you in this episode. So you need to pay rapt attention if you desire to become a profitable trader in the market. This is no bullshit. We are going to be using either the daily time frame or the 1H time frame as our higher time frame. And in both cases, you are going to be using the 5M or the 1M as your entry time frame. Now, I'm going to go straight in so we don't have any time to waste. Take a look at this. Let's assume that this is the 1H time frame. The diagram on the left hand side is the 1H time frame price action, and the one on the right hand side is the 5M or the 1M price action. Now, all you need is to understand your 1, 2, 3 pattern. What do I mean by the 1, 2, 3 pattern? It's simple. What you want to see in a bullish structure is this impulsive leg, and you need to find this correction and then the second impulsive leg. That's what I mean by 1, 2, 3 pattern. That's all you need. And this is simple enough for any beginner trader to understand. So once you can identify that 1, 2, 3 pattern, impulse, correction, impulse, simple. So what you need to wait for is for price to take out the structure high here. Once structure high is taken out, what you want to do is that the candle that took out that structure high, you want to mark out the opening of that candle. This is the candle that has broken the structure high, and this is a bullish candle. So in a bullish candle, you know that price opened below, travel back down before expanding higher, and then coming back to close here. That's simple enough. So what you want to do is to mark out the opening price. And when you are marking out the opening price, that should include the whole wick. Let me change the color of this one. So that is what you are expected to do here on your 1H as your higher time frame, or the daily time frame, or the 4H time frame. Whatever time frame that you choose, it can be replicated on different time frames. All you need to do is to catch the drift. Okay? So this is what you need to do on the higher time frame. Simple. It does not matter whether price closes above or wicked this structure high. Once you mark that on your higher time frame, like the 1H or the daily time frame, then you scale down to the 5M or the 1M. So on the 1M, what you are going to be waiting for is for price to come back to tap into this zone. And once it taps into this zone, you want to see market structure shift. This is what you want to see. There are two ways of identifying your market structure shift, but this is the way that I use most of the time. So that is all you need. Simple and straightforward. That's all you need. Let me go over it again. Number one is that on a higher time frame like the 1H, the 4H, or the daily time frame, you want to see this impulse, correction impulse, which is your 1, 2, 3 pattern. Simple. And then you want to wait for the structure high here to be taken out. Once it's taken out, whether by a candle closure or candle wick, you need to now mark out the opening of the candle that took out the structure high, and that should include the wick of the candle. Once you mark that out, you now need to scale down to the 5M or the 1M, as the case may be, and wait for price to come back into this zone. When it comes back into this zone on your lower time frame, what you want to see is this. It's as simple as that. So I'm going to take you to the live chart now and show you some few examples of what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is GU and this is the 1H time frame. First of all, I said identify your 1, 2, 3 pattern. If you look at this chart carefully, this is your 1, 2, 3 pattern from this low. You price printed this high and then pull back down to this low and then went up. Okay? So that's what you have. That's the 1, 2, 3 pattern you need first of all. Now, after the 1, 2, 3 pattern, what you now need is to mark out the structure high here and wait for price to take it out. Now, after that structure high, I said whether it takes it out by candle wick or candle closure, it really does not matter. As you can see in this case, it took it out with a candle closure. Now, I said that candle that took out the structure high here, mark out the opening price, and as you can see, this is a bullish candle that took it out, and therefore price opened here. So you mark that opening and then include the wick. Just as simple as that. So once you have done that, remember this has to be on your higher time frame, like the 1H, the 4H, or the daily time frame. Now, after you have done this, you need to scale down to your entry time frame. In this case, I'm going to be using the 1M as an example. So what we are going to do when we get to the 1M is to wait for price to come into this zone. All right, let's play price and see what happens. Now, so price is coming back down into this zone. Let's get to the 1M and wait for price to come right into that zone. We need it before we can take any action in the market. This is a powerful opening price strategy that you can use to make a kill of the market every single day in the market. So let's continue to advance price. Okay, so price has come into that zone now. Remember, we are going to wait for market structure shift. And let's continue. So right there, look at what has happened here. Let me show that to you. Remember the diagram I showed you for the lower time frame? This is it. Price took out this low here and then this one closed above. Now, there are two ways you can do this. You can actually take the market from here. Okay? But I prefer, because of the price action around this zone, this very candle price action, I will rather prefer to take it from this candle that has closed, and then my stop loss will just be below this low. That's all I need. This strategy, you can go for 1 to 5. That's the minimum, because you are trading in the direction of the trend. Simple. So let's continue to advance price. We want price to come back into this zone and take us higher. So we have been tapped into the market right now. We have been tapped into the market now. So we can actually frame our trade to go long, and then we'll target 1 to 5. Your stop loss just below. So roughly 1 to 5. So that's the trade there. And now let's see if it will go our direction. Okay, it appears price is moving towards our direction. Just almost there, guys. Almost there. Remember, you can also take partials along the way. Don't just leave your trade to run, because the market can do anything. All right? Market can do anything. It can suddenly turn back and take you out. So always lock in some profits. That's my honest advice to any trader. Let's get back to the 1H so it can be faster. Price is just ranging. let's see, so it can be faster. Okay, boom. Can you see that? It has smashed our TP. Look at it there. See that? That's the first example. Now let me take you to the second example and show you how to take this trade. Now here is second example. Price has printed this high and has pulled back. So we want to see one more leg to take out this high. If we find one more leg that takes out this high, that's all we're interested in. We want price to come and take out that high. Once it takes out that high, whether with the candle closure or candle wick, it doesn't really matter. We can take decision based on that. So we continue. Okay, so as you can see, it has taken it out now. That's the first step. I said mark out the opening price of that candle that took out the previous structure high. And where is that candle? This is it. This candle has taken it out. So mark out the opening price. And so the opening price is right here. Make sure you include the wicks, because that's going to be your zone on the lower time frame. Now that we have done that, we want to get to the lower time frame and wait for price to come and tap into this zone, and then we wait for market structure shift. Please follow me carefully. Follow me carefully. I don't want a situation where you now come on the comment section and said, oh, it doesn't work. Backtest it first of all before you can conclude that it doesn't work. We want price to come back into this zone. Now, because this is 1 minute, it's going to take a long time. Let me switch to 15 minutes to make it faster. Okay, so price has come into that zone. Let's get back to the 1 minute. Now you can actually refine this zone on your lower time frame, but I just didn't want to do that. So the first time price taps into this, it gives us this market structure shift. So if you have taken this trade, then this would have been a loss for you. Okay, target some form of high and your stop loss just below here. Okay, it would have been a loss. This came down to take you out of the market, which is completely fine. So if you saw that and took the trade, that would be -1. Now, but after then, where do you have market structure shift here after that one? Okay, so this is the market structure shift I've been waiting for. Okay, remember we took -1 here, so this is the market structure shift. Now in this case, how are we going to take the trade? Well, because this is as you can see, I don't want to go too far, but this is where I will take my trade. This candle here will be my zone, but then I will need to give enough buffer to my zone. So because why am I doing that is because this 1H zone is so large. Price is likely to go deeper than we expected, but let's give enough space, because this is the 1 minute, and even this space is even too small, because this is just the 1 minute. This is not up to 10 pips. Okay, it's not up to 10 pips stop loss. It's not even up to 5 pips stop loss. So let's continue and take our see what is going to happen. And so let's play. Okay, price has come into to tap into our zone, so we can actually buy the market from here. and we are going to do our TP right up there, our stop loss just below, and then we can target our 5RR. All right, so let's see. That's approximately 5R. So let's continue to advance price and see what is going to happen. Okay, so let's get to the 1H so that it can be faster for us. Let's get to the 1H to make it faster. Okay, it's like we have hit our TP. Let's get back to the, it's like our TP has been smashed. Where is it? It's like our TP has been smashed already. Can you see that? That's 5RR smashed easily. Can you see it? So this is the way for you to actually take your trades in the market. Now let me do one more example and then we call it a day. Now this is one more example. Price has created this high and has pulled back. So we want price to come and take out this high. Now one more thing, please note that this is not a bulletproof thing. As you and I know, there is nothing that is set in stone when it comes to financial market trading. All right? So, but what we are saying is that we are trading probability. The market is an environment of probability, but you want to stack high probability trades in your favor. Okay? So now we want to wait for price to come and take out this high, and then whether by candle wick or by candle closure, we can now follow our steps. So let's go on. Okay, so as you can see, it took it out. So how do we approach the trade? How we do is that this candle that took out the structure high here, mark out the opening price. This is very powerful, guys. A lot of you are taking what we are sharing in this channel for granted, but you don't know that we do not want to bore you with coming to pay for high mentorship fees. So now we want to wait for price to come and tap into this zone, then we go long, but we can scale down to the 1 minute time frame. But first of all, let's play prices so that it can be faster. As you can see, the way price is going, okay, losing its steam to go higher. As you can see, this candle was big, small, started getting tinier. So we are hopeful that it will come back to that zone. So as you can see, it is coming down. So let's get down to 1M. We want to take the trade as it's touching on our zone. Okay, so I think we can use the 15M to make it faster. Okay, so we can play price now. Okay, it's like we are going to get to the 1H so that it can be faster. Okay, so now price has come into this zone. So let's see if we have anything tangible for us there. Let's get to the 1M. So price has come into this zone. Let's take out price from here. As you can see, price came into this zone and did not give us any market structure shift. Okay, we want to see a clear market structure shift. It has not given us anything just yet. Okay, so do we have market structure shift here? Yes, we have. There's a market structure shift here. Look at this candle, took out this previous candle's low, and now this other one closed above. This is an inside bar, so this becomes our market structure shift. Now, but for me, I always like to use this candle. Okay, I always like to use this candle, but you can use that, but I will always like to use this candle because it will give me assurance. So give a buffer. Remember, this is 1M, so forget about how big this is. This is a small, this is less than 5 pips or so, 5 pips or so. So that's where we're going to take our trade from. So let's continue. So price has tapped into it right away. As you can see, price has tapped into it. So if you use this, you may miss the trade. So that's why I like to use this. Okay, so let's see. Remember, we didn't frame the trade. Let's frame it 1 to 5. Okay, so let me frame it. Our stop loss just below here. Let's do 1 to 5. Okay, roughly 1 to 5. So we can continue to advance price now. Now, can we go to the 1H so that it can be faster? So we are still in the trade. I hope you understand. Let's see. Let's get back to the 1 minute. So let's be sure that we are still in the trade. So as you can see, we are still in the trade here. This is where we entered our trade. So let's stretch this out so you don't get doubtful. All right, so we go back to the 1H, make it faster. Let's make it faster. I hope you know we are still in the trade, so don't be afraid. We are still in the trade. So we continue. Okay, now boom, we have been taken out. And that's why I said always lock in your profit. You can see that we were very close to taking our profit before price came down to take us out. So if you took partials, then you will not have been taken out for nothing. All right, so that is how we take these trades, okay, using the opening price and then going to your lower time frame to really look for high probability scenario. That's where we'll draw the curtain. And if you are new to our channel, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification so that anytime we publish a new video like this, you'll be notified. And if you haven't joined our free Telegram channel, please do so just immediately. I'm going to leave all the links in the description. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I see you in our next educational video.